Hello there. I'm Francis. I'm not going to do that. Hello there. It is currently... What day is it currently? It's currently November 22nd. It is Tuesday, and we are 2 days away from Thanksgiving. Now, originally I was thinking of just going to a Thanksgiving celebration that's already happening, but it turns out my brother is actually going to be free this Thursday, as opposed to working as usual. This gives me a very nice opportunity to be able to cook a Thanksgiving dinner, which is something I've always really wanted to do. We're going to get through this, and hopefully things turn out okay, but I don't know. I'm going to document the whole thing, see if it's fun, see if it works, and see how many things I burn. But yeah, I'm going to go to Whole Foods in a bit to pick up some stuff, but we need to figure out what I'm going to be making. Right now, there are two imperative dishes. The first one being a turkey. It is Thanksgiving after all. I'll be doing a Chinese spice dry brine of it. My brother gave me a recipe. We'll be trying it out. Hopefully it'll taste good. And then the second thing we'll be making is mashed potatoes. Something very easy. I've done it multiple times before. I kind of want to add a few other dishes as well, of course. I want at least one vegetable dish. Right now I'm leaning towards asparagus and or mushrooms. We'll see how that looks. And possibly one more dish. I'm still kind of debating. And then finally, I do want a dessert. I'm not sure if I'll make it myself or I'll buy something from like Trader Joe's before it closes on Thursday, but that is currently the plan for what I'm looking at. Hopefully things get tasty and things get made, but I'm gonna head over to Whole Foods right now and see what we can kind of gather and figure out, and hopefully I won't need to go back tomorrow, but I'm never gonna say no to going to Whole Foods. All right, let's go. My goodness. I'm back from Whole Foods. I have picked up quite a bit. I'm still figuring out the last dish. So like an alternative, probably another meat dish. I'm thinking pork right now, and another dessert dish. Well, not another, just the first dessert dish. Honestly, desserts and me and baking don't go very well together, so I might just cancel that. Or I can make red bean soup. That might be something good. So that's all still being decided, but I still have 2 days before Thanksgiving, so there's still plenty of time to kind of think things through. Tomorrow's when some of the prep is going to happen, so here's what's going on in my head right now. We need to brine turkey, and to do so, with the recipe that we're going to be following, it's going to require Sichuan peppercorn, so I'm going to need to wait, but we just ordered that yesterday, so it's not going to come until tomorrow. So that's a tomorrow thing. And then the second thing is, for soup, you will need some sort of broth with it. A lot of recipes usually use vegetable broth, but I thought it'd be kind of nice to just make my own chicken broth. I'm planning on probably going to buy some of the ingredients, including some, probably a chicken as well tomorrow, just to kind of, I can eat it and I can use it for broth. So that's kind of the plan right now. Hopefully things work out. I haven't cooked turkey or made soup before, so it's going to be pretty interesting, but otherwise everything else is pretty within my realm of understanding for cooking in my 2 years of experience now, so yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Woo! Okay, hopefully I'm in the frame for this shot. It's the next day. I made the big mistake of taking the turkey out of the wrapping before I read up how to defrost the turkey. Now this is the first big mistake because this thing needs to defrost, and because it's so large, it's not a good idea to defrost it to room temperature. Ideally, you don't want to do that with most meats, but for turkeys in particular, because they're so large, and it takes a lot more time and there's a lot more things to thaw inside, it's more prone to growing bacteria at these temperatures. So instead, I essentially need to refrigerate to defrost it. However, with turkeys this large, about 16 pounds, I believe was how much it weighed, it's going to take roughly 3 to 5 days, and I bought this turkey yesterday. So, the next best strategy that is safe is cold water. I essentially need to submerge this in cold water so that it will slowly defrost. Unfortunately, I took it out of the container, or the packaging, I don't know why I said container, which is a problem because like it's probably going to lose some of its flavor, but I suppose I have to make the trade-off. It's either flavor or safety. Now I'm feeding my brother for this Thanksgiving, so that means I probably need to go for safety. And now for our second problem. This is the biggest pot I own. I'm going to need to get creative here, or what do I do? This is better than nothing. Let's do this. Okay, so the only container that can fully submerge this turkey is the sink. I don't know if this was a good idea, and so I put the saran wrap around the sink after cleaning it very thoroughly, but then the wrap didn't work, which is fine. That's fine. Please. Is this supposed to be blue? So I need to monitor this now to make sure that it's constantly getting cold. I'll keep it like this for the next, like, probably 2 or 3 hours, and then I'll go back to refrigeration for the final defrost, and then that's when and then later tonight I'll dry brine. For those especially worried about the food safety, I did put a plate underneath, so at the very least the drain, well, obviously the drain is clogged here, but the water wouldn't interact with the drain, and therefore the nastiest parts won't be, contaminating. But yeah, no words can describe how much I hate this right now. So, here's the deal. I'm defrosting the turkey now inside of the refrigerator. Hopefully that turns out okay. But I'm still going to probably let defrost for quite a bit. Definitely need to brine it tonight though, and we're doing the dry brine. So that leaves me with about 3 big projects I need to do for prep for tomorrow's dishes. The first thing is that I'm going to need to prepare the turkey. So I'm already defrosting, which is good, and then I need to prepare the dry brine, which is going to require essentially what's called a XIII, like salt. The second thing I'm going to need to prepare is going to be chicken stock. So I bought an entire chicken. I'm going to take it apart and use the bones in order to make broth. I've never done that before, so it's going to be interesting. And then that broth is going to be used for the soup tomorrow. The final thing, I decided for my final meat dish, I'm going to have a salmon. So I've done salmon plenty of times, and I usually just sous vide it, so it's even simpler. So I'm probably going to pre-marinate it tonight, and then that way tomorrow I'll just dump it into this pot with sous vide, should get going. So ultimately, things should be going okay, hopefully. As long as they go better than how the turkey's gone so far, I'll be fine, I hope. I'm so tired. Oh. I cleaned up the kitchen a bit, prepped the salmon, so overall, things are going pretty well. The chicken broth is still kind of going. I have my dinner starting to cook, or at least the rest for my dinner starting to cook. And now, I gotta start handling the peppercorn and salt. I think I'm done for the night. The chicken is brined, although it's not fully defrosted yet, which is a problem, and because of that, it was really difficult to brine. So that's unfortunate. However, we'll keep going, and hopefully it tastes well. Tastes good. Hopefully it tastes good. The chicken is still kind of going. I'm gonna see how long I can kind of go with that. It seems pretty solid right now, but I still need to strain it and take out impurities. I'm very proud of that, and I have a lot of chicken left over from that. Salmon is marinating right now. Besides that, tomorrow is just vegetables and dessert, which is honggotang. So ultimately, things should be going well. Oh, and the soup. All right, let's make a smoothie. I deserve this. Okay, so it's the next day. I'm pretty tired, and yeah, stayed up a bit, but it's all good. In the fridge, the turkey should be hopefully more defrosted now. There's another step I need to do for it. I should have done it last night, but I already pre-brined it last night, so I thought, in the morning should be fine. So I'm gonna handle that. Some people at church are playing football, so gonna join them too. It's gonna be a good day, I think. Hopefully I don't get too tired, but I'm pretty excited. I realized in my previous videos that I've been recording so far that I have seemed very not as excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm going insane in the membrane.
I'm genuinely really excited. I love cooking. This is probably going to turn out kind of meh, but it's the experience, so let's go. Spent the morning doing touch football, turkey bowl with friends from church. That was very fun, very tiring, and I'm so hungry right now. I got to continue prepping now. I'm exercised, I'm hungry, and I have a lot of cooking still ahead of me. So let's get on with it. This is not safe. Oh, it's beautiful. It took such a long time, and it's finally done. Don't mind the mess over there, but this is nice. Satisfying, yeah. Finally. This turkey is good. Hi, it's Francis from the future. You can tell because I have a microphone and I have different glasses now. As of the time I'm editing this, it's almost been a full year. It's actually going to be Thanksgiving in less than a week. I didn't actually record anything after that last piece of footage that you saw because I was just so exhausted. So I decided I would do a quick post-mortem now that I'm editing it. Overall, it was a really fun experience. It ended up tasting really good, and I didn't get to record everything towards the end because I had so many dishes to take care of, but my brother ended up taking care of the mashed potatoes. That's where that came from. And then I guess here's a picture of the hongdou tang with tang yan that I made at the very end. I don't remember having any stomach pains after that night, so thank God that the food wasn't poisonous. And I apologize to anyone who has actual cooking experience or was watching was cringing the entire time. I know as I was editing, I was also not looking upon it favorably. For anyone who's going to be preparing a Thanksgiving dinner for themselves in the future, or for the first time, I do have a few takeaways. My first piece of advice would be to research how to prepare turkey at least a week ahead of time. I was woefully unprepared. Granted, I didn't have much time to prepare, but I was very unprepared, and yeah, don't do that. Be prepared. I probably should have just planned to cook it frozen and just let it cook longer, but I mean, I was just so disorganized that it didn't end up working that way. 2. If you're going to make something like butternut squash soup or anything along those lines, own a blender or an immersion blender. I used a tiny one, and that was highly unideal. And finally, don't feel obligated to prepare a lot, especially if it's a smaller group. So it's just my brother and I who were eating, and I had a lot of fun preparing everything, but honestly, I really should have done like 1 or 2 less dishes. It would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of stress as I was going through everything. Overall, thank you so much for getting to the end of this video and watching me attempt it. Songs and recipes that I use will be in the description below. And yeah, with that, happy Thanksgiving or not. I don't know if you celebrate or whether it's Thanksgiving as you watch this. Either way, thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time.